I think the same thing as I think a lot of Muslims are thinking at the same time, at this time right now actually. I'm quite concerned about a lot of issues that are happening in Canada. I'll be really frank with you. I think that Muslims are starting to think very differently about Canada for the past couple of years. So this election is quite important for us. Obviously, number one is Islamophobia. I don't want to say Muslims are fearful, but I can say personally, I am concerned. I'm quite concerned. I'm worried for my children. I'm worried for my daughters. I'm worried for my wife. I'm worried for my sisters in the community. They're the visible Muslims. They're the ones who oftentimes are the ones dealing with Islamophobia from I guess really the physical perspective of it. They're the ones who are, visible and seeing things, and we're seeing the attacks that they themselves are going through. That's the first thing. The second thing is, obviously, I'm quite concerned with Canada's foreign policy towards Muslims all around the world. I'm really, really concerned with that. Canada used to be a completely different country when we came here. But now that we are no longer coming here, and now we are actually a part of Canada itself, I'm seeing that Canada is just moving in a completely different direction than we are hoping for. I'm disappointed. I'll be really honest. I'm quite disappointed on how Canada has been dealing with issues that are really, really important to the Sudanese community, specifically to the Muslim community as a general. I hear a lot of talk. We've been sold a lot of rhetoric. There's no action. We haven't seen it at all. I don't know if you want me to speak specifics or not, but when it comes to the actual Sudanese crisis that has happened, it's the most largest, I want to call it crisis in the world right now, with more than 13 million displaced refugees. That is much larger than the Ukrainian crisis, which is, that is what we hear about. Rightfully so. We should be talking about that as well. But the double standards are quite deafening. They're really, really problematic for us. We have been asking the Canadian government to help us from a political perspective. And from politician after politician, we've heard the words really loud and clear, no, because you don't have the political push as the other countries. It was very, very clear. It wasn't even something that they actually tried to hide. They said to us, there's just not much we can do because we just don't have the political clout at this time. At the same time, we see the programs that Canada itself has actually announced, the reunification, the family reunification program for us. They refuse the whole idea of refugees. So they're saying, here's what we'll do is we'll allow you to bring Sudanese who have family members in Canada, bring them here. But it's been 3 years. The war has literally ended, and there has not been one person who's actually come here as a part of that community so far. We've spoken to the news, we've spoken to, and again, what we keep hearing, we're being sold lies after lies after lies. And not just from one party. I'll be really honest as well. I don't want to say it's just the Liberal government. Even the Conservatives are not doing much about it. And the NDP is also not doing much about it because I don't think... I don't know how much you have time for this, but if I want to analyze this, I just know the fact that there is no real value to us in terms of numbers, in terms of finances, in terms of all this. And then the question comes all of the time, is Canada going to be a principled country that's based on values, or is it just going to be a country that's based on values, money-wise, numbers, and all of these kinds of ways? And that's a very, very, very obvious hypocrisy that's happening. I think everybody should vote their conscience. I'm all about punishing the Liberals for ignoring our brothers and sisters in Gaza. But I am also really concerned with the consequences of that. We may be powerful enough to punish the government itself. I'm just not certain that we're capable of handling the consequences of that punishment. It's a dilemma in my mind. I don't know who to vote for, personally. I know who to vote for. I'm just not sure the consequences of voting for that person are going to be satisfying enough for me.